want my flesh to die for my spirit to wake up and be alive. Welcome back to the channel. Bienvenido al canal. It's been a rough week. Hace una semana tan difícil, o sea, en las noticias, en mi vida, en la vida de los demás. Like, it's just been so hard. Have you heard of these wildfires in Maui and the fires in Canada? The high winds was what caused the power lines to fall, causing fires everywhere, destroying the island of Maui. Vi videos como que nomás estaba echando al océano para escapar de las llamas. People were jumping into the ocean to run away from the fires. So many people lost their homes, so many people lost their lives. O sea, mucha gente perdió sus hogares y mucha gente perdió su vida. You don't know if you're gonna be here in the next 10 minutes. You don't know if you're gonna be here in the next 10 years. You know, we don't know. We're out here living like we're never gonna die. We take it all for granted. You know, when there's other people out there suffering. En Canadá también hay incendios que se causaron, creo que por lightning, rayos. Lightning was the cause of the fires in Canada. You know, like literally it's natural disasters that happen that we literally have no control over. We stress out over things we can't control in our life. One day I was at church. I got to church at 8 a.m. and I could feel something. I was like, oh my gosh, why am I feeling anxious? Oh my gosh, like, why do I want to cry? So before I went into the church, I started crying. I was like, God, please take away this anxiousness. I go into the restroom and I feel the tears wanting to come back. Me metí al baño y estaba como que Dios, ayúdame a controlar mis emociones, ayúdame a controlar este sentimiento que estoy sintiendo. This lady came into the restroom with me and she was like, I want you to know that you're like a diamond in the rust. Se está puliendo para que seas un diamante y brilles. So I started crying. Después entramos al servicio y yo nomás estaba llorando y llorando. And I'm like, God, what is wrong with me? I cannot control myself. And I text my mom. Le mando mensaje a mi hermana y a mi mamá y les digo, ¿saben qué? Me estoy sintiendo ansiosa, me voy a salir de la iglesia, yo ya no quiero estar aquí. Mi mamá fue detrás de mí y nomás comencé a llorar en sus brazos, you know, and I just started crying in her arms and crying like never before. God had never cried like this, and it was like a panic attack that I got, right? And I started crying and I could hear myself crying. I was like, why am I crying? Why can't I make myself stop, you know? Like, I'm gonna leave church. I don't want to be here anymore. And Mama was like, no, come inside. Le dije, nomás déjame llorar en mi carro, you know, porque yo no sé por qué me he sentido así. Keep in mind, I've never left church before. Nothing. Like, I go into church, I don't leave church until church is over. So for me to leave church, it was pretty bad. Este ataque de pánico que me dio fue de la nada. Yo estaba como que Dios, what the heck, right? I go into my car and I just start crying. Friday before Sunday, I didn't go to church. It was youth day. I never miss youth. Y le dije a mi mamá, yo no ir a la iglesia para el servicio de jóvenes, yo no quiero. And I love going to youth, right? I love going to youth, but I was like, no, I don't feel well. So my mom read Psalms 91 to me. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him. For he will rescue you from every trap and protect you from deadly diseases. He will cover you with his feathers, and he will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promises are your armor and protection. Do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the arrow that flies in the sky. Do not dread the disease that stalks in darkness, nor the disaster that strikes at midday. Though 1,000 fall at your side, though 10,000 are dying around you, these evils will not touch you. The spiritual realm is more real than the physical world. Maybe I got this panic attack because of how overwhelmed and stressed I felt. Sí, a lo mejor este ataque de pánico que me dio es porque me he sentido tan estresada, tan cargada, tan agotada, tan abrumada. Si lleno mi agenda de muchos quehaceres, no le voy a dar lugar al enemigo para que se meta a mi mente. The enemy uses that. Oh, ¿te quieres llenar de estrés? Ah, ok. te voy a estresar al punto que te quieras ir de la iglesia. No quieres hacer nada en todo el día. Voy a dar que te den pensamientos de suicidio. Like, we have to be alert at all times. Why? Because the enemy is like a lion looking for someone to devour. If you're just watching random things on TV, you're not being aware of what is going into your brain, what's going into your heart. If you're not aware of what you're listening to, you're not being alert to what's going into your heart, into your mind. Yes, I let myself be overstimulated. I let myself be overwhelmed, and the enemy used that. What did I do? I stood up and I was like, you know what? I am gonna fast this out. Why? Because I want my flesh to die, for my spirit to wake up and be alive. I want to be alert, you know, for when the enemy wants to come and hit me with the sadness. I want to be ready for it. You know, what do we have to do? We have to stand up and speak to our soul. You know, soul, I declare in the name of Jesus any anxiety to come out now. I declare any depression to come out now. You know, nosotros mismos nos tenemos que hablar. Ariel, cualquier espíritu de insomnio sale fuera en el nombre de Cristo Jesús. ¿Por qué? Porque durante todo esto que estaba escuchando las noticias, mis emociones, you know, no comencé a descansar. No he descansado por el último mes. You know, we have to speak to ourselves in the name of Jesus. Any spirit of laziness comes out in the name of Jesus. Any spirit of procrastination comes out in the name of Jesus. Why? Because the enemy only comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Kill your happiness, steal your joy, destroy your life. We have to stand up against the enemy. We have the armor. We have all that we need. So why are we struggling out here with depression? Why are we struggling out here with insomnia? Maybe it's not all spiritual. You know, maybe yes, maybe there's something that I have to get checked out in my brain. It can be anything. But make sure that you're in your word, so that when the enemy attacks, you know how to defend yourself. Maybe there's something that I need to change with what I'm eating. Maybe I need to change some habits. You know, with my little habit tracker, I talked to my leaders. I was like, you know what, like, I need to step down a little bit because I'm overworking myself. You know, outside of church, you know, I let go of one of my jobs. I was like, you know what, like, I cannot be overwhelming myself. We have to have the discernment to know when we have to take it down a notch. Tenemos que tener ese discernimiento para saber, you know, cuando, okay, ya me estoy sobrecargando. Every day, you know, we have to spend time with God every day. You know, when you're out in the streets, when you're at your school, work, you have to be in constant communication with God. Be like, God, I surrender. I surrender because I can't do this in my own strength. Your word says for me to not be anxious, that you are going to be with me. I cannot do life in my own strength. You know, a veces solo tenemos que rendirnos y decirle a Dios, Dios, te doy mi vida. Yo no puedo hacer esto yo sola. No puedo hacer esto en mis propias fuerzas. I'm telling you, doing things in your own strength is exhausting. It's hard. You know, we think we're superwoman over here trying to do everything, but it's not like that. Okay, take some time for yourself. Take some time of rest. I took things off my to-do list, you know. Why? Porque a veces nos afanamos de tanto que hacer. Nos afanamos. Pero tenemos que aprender a encontrar descanso en Dios. Every day is going to come with its own struggles, you know. But every day God is going to be with us. I'm a little crazy, but I'm a little crazy for Jesus, okay? That's it. Thank you for watching this week's video. Comment below a white heart for me to know that you watched the video until the end. Comenten abajo el corazón blanco para que sepa que vieron el video hasta el último. Y nos vemos la próxima semana. Bye.